Imagine living a life so full that it spans over a century, touching countless lives with health wisdom that ripples through generations. Today, you're invited to step into the remarkable journey of Walter Walsh, a man born on May 4, 1907, who left this world on April 29, 2014, just shy of his 107th birthday. Known to many as an FBI agent and Olympic shooter, Walter had another side, a quieter, yet equally impactful calling as a physician specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. Picture this. A man who chased down criminals and aimed for gold medals also delivered babies and nurtured families through some of their most precious moments. You're about to uncover the kind of wisdom that comes from a life lived so boldly and so long, wisdom you can carry into your own days. Walter's story isn't just a dusty page from history. It's a living lesson in resilience, purpose, and care. He didn't just stumble into medicine. It was a deliberate choice, one that balanced adrenaline with compassion. Think about that for a second. How often do you get to blend such different worlds into one life? As you dive into his journey with us, feel free to hit that like button if something resonates with you, and don't hesitate to share this video with someone who might need a little inspiration today. Now, let's paint a picture of Walter's early days. Born in a time when horse-drawn carriages still clattered down streets, he grew up watching the world shift, cars humming to life, electricity buzzing into homes. Medicine back then wasn't the sleek, high-tech field you know today, but it was raw and real, demanding grit and heart. Walter trained as a doctor because he saw it as a way to serve, to be there when life began. Doesn't that make you wonder what drives you to show up for others in your own life? Here's where it gets personal. Think of someone like my friend Sarah, not her real name, of course, who's now in her late 80s. She once told me about her doctor growing up, a man who'd seen it all and still took time to explain things with a smile. That's the kind of spirit Walter brought to his patients. He wasn't just stitching up wounds or delivering babies. He was building trust, offering a steady hand when the world felt shaky. You can almost hear the soft creak of his chair as he sat with a nervous, expectant mother, his voice calm and kind. Transitioning from those tender moments, let's talk about what fueled Walter's long life. At 106 years and 360 days, he didn't just survive, he thrived. While we don't have his exact diet scribbled down, you can bet it wasn't all fast food and soda. Picture a plate piled with hearty vegetables, crisp green beans, maybe some roasted carrots with that sweet, earthy bite, and a modest piece of fish or chicken. Simple, real food that nourishes the body and soul. What's on your plate today? Maybe it's time to swap out that extra cookie for something that loves you back a little more. Walter's work in obstetrics and gynecology wasn't just a job, it was a front row seat to life's miracles. Imagine the hush of a delivery room, the air thick with anticipation, then the sudden, piercing cry of a newborn. He was there, guiding mothers through that wild, beautiful chaos, ensuring they felt safe and seen. That's health wisdom in action, knowing when to step in and when to let nature lead. How do you support the people around you when they're facing their own big moments? Let's shift gears a bit, because Walter's life wasn't all stethoscopes and scrubs. His time as an FBI agent and Olympic shooter shows a man who embraced variety, who didn't let one passion box him in. You might be thinking, how did he juggle it all? Honestly, it's less about juggling and more about weaving, pulling threads of purpose into a bigger tapestry. What's one thread you could weave into your routine today? Maybe it's a walk, a call to a friend, or even a quiet moment with a cup of tea. Speaking of tea, let's linger on those small habits that add up. Walter lived through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and more technological leaps than most of us can fathom. Yet, he kept going, likely thanks to a mix of discipline and joy. I once met an older gentleman, let's call him Tom, mid-90s, who swore by his morning oatmeal with a drizzle of honey and a handful of walnuts. Nothing fancy, just consistent. He'd grin and say, "It's my secret weapon." What's your secret weapon for feeling good day after day? Now, you might be curious about how Walter's medical know-how ties into your life. Obstetrics and gynecology might sound specialized, but at its core, it's about understanding the body's rhythms, how it grows, heals, and adapts. You don't need a medical degree to tap into that. Start listening to your own body. Are you tired? Hungry? Stressed? Walter's patients trusted him because he paid attention, and you can do the same for yourself. Why not take a moment right now, pause this video if you need to, and check in with how you're feeling as we roll along. Let's think about stress, because Walter's era had plenty of it. Between chasing bad guys and bringing babies into the world, he had to find ways to unwind. Maybe it was a quiet evening with a book, or perhaps he found peace in the precision of target practice. For you, it could be as simple as stepping outside, feeling the cool breeze on your face, hearing leaves crunch underfoot. What's one thing you can do today to let the tension melt away? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas. Walter's longevity whispers a truth we sometimes forget. Health isn't just about medicine, it's about connection. Delivering a baby wasn't just a procedure for him. It was a bond, a shared victory with a family. Think of the last time you felt truly connected to a person, a place, a purpose. That's the kind of fuel that keeps you going, year after year. How can you spark more of that in your week ahead? Let's bring this home with a little food for thought, literally. If Walter were sitting across from you right now, sharing a meal, it might be something warm and grounding. Picture a bowl of soup, thick with lentils, a hint of garlic wafting up, steam curling in the air. It's not flashy, but it's alive with flavor and comfort. You could whip up something like that tonight. Toss in whatever veggies you've got. Let it simmer while you unwind. Doesn't that sound like a hug in a bowl? Here's where you come in, because this journey isn't just about Walter. It's about us together. What's one piece of health wisdom you've learned from your own life? Maybe it's your grandma's hearty stew recipe, simmering with love and root veggies, or a friend's tip to stretch each morning and shake off the stiffness. Perhaps it's a habit you've honed over time, like savoring a quiet moment with tea. Share it in the comments. Let's create a treasure chest of wisdom for everyone to enjoy. Picture us all swapping these gems, growing stronger as a community. If you're feeling this, hit that like button to keep these stories coming your way. Your voice matters here. Let's hear it. Walter's 106 years show that life isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up with heart, guts, and a curious spirit. You don't need to be a sharpshooter or a hero to make a difference. Just be you, fully present. Try something simple. Drink some water to refresh, breathe deeply to reset, or call a friend who lifts your mood with a good laugh. These small acts build up, just as they did for him, creating a life rich with meaning. Imagine the ripple effect of those choices over decades. What's one easy step you'll take today? Tell us below. Let's inspire each other with every little victory. Before we part ways, let's linger on that image of Walter, nearly 107, a life brimming with stories. He didn't just live long, he lived wide, touching lives in ways that still echo. You've got that same potential right here, right now. So, what's stopping you from leaning into it? This isn't about grand gestures. It's about the quiet, steady choices that shape who you become. As we wrap up, here's your nudge to act. Don't let this wisdom sit on the shelf. Grab one idea from Walter's life, whether it's eating a little cleaner, listening to your body, or chasing a passion and run with it today? Then come back here and tell us how it went. Hit that comment button and let's swap stories. If this video lit a spark for you, please like, subscribe, and share it with your crew. Together, we're not just watching, we're building a community of people who want to live fuller, healthier, longer lives. You're part of this now, and we're so glad you're here. Walter Walsh didn't just leave behind a legacy, he left us a roadmap. So, take that first step, lean into the journey, and let's see where it takes you. See you in the comments, friends. Let's keep this conversation going.